Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Y'all, I believe that Porsha and Britt are friends because they have some strong similarities in their characters. Their characters are fairly similar. Both of these ladies, I believe, love to, they always starting stuff or getting themselves into issues or creating chaos, and they want to cry wolf for it. They want to play the victim. I believe that both of these ladies, they're used to trying to use their looks to get what they want. Britt name dropping Rick Ross, that she dated amongst the industry, been a video vixen, started out in high school and worked her way on up to dating rappers and people all in the industry. And Porsha, she basically did the same, dated throughout the industry, name dropping, talking about how she dated R. Kelly and other different people in the industry. I don't think that Porsha or Britt can be a good friend to anybody, because I don't believe that they have the mental capacity to care for anybody as a friend. I don't think that they really know how to be a friend, because Porsha having her best friend Shamia come on Real Housewives of Atlanta, even if she didn't plan for it to happen, I believe Porsha just wanted Shamia on the sidelines so she can bring her in as she needed, or has to fill in the gaps where she needed her to fill in. But I don't believe that Porsha really wanted Shamia on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's why she's playing Shamia like she is, shading her every chance she get. And Shamia, she taking it on the chin because she's, she's having empathy for Porsha because Porsha is going through a divorce. But at the same time, Shamia is, carrying it around on her sleeve like, okay, well, I don't want to say anything because that's my friend. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but she don't mind hurting Shamia's feelings. So at what point will Shamia put a stop to it and say, okay, Porsha, this has went on long enough. Enough is enough. You hurting my feelings. And my thing is, I believe that Porsha is used to doing this to Shamia, because I get it that, they supposed to, this is a reality show and you got to have some type of drama and people throw shade all over the place. But I believe that Porsha is used to trying to upstage Shamia. I believe that she's used to throwing shade at Shamia, because that's the only way she can actually get at Shamia. Because, as has been stated, I believe that Porsha was she was seeking the life that Shamia has already accomplished. And we all see that Shamia has it going on. And I think that Porsha, with people seeing Shamia have that life, have the soft life that Porsha actually wanted, because it seems like Shamia, she don't really have to do anything. That she doesn't have to do anything. Her husband, he's well off. And I believe that Porsha, that's what she was looking for in Simon. The same thing that Shamia has. Shamia has a African or Nigerian, and I believe that that's why Porsha sought after Simon because she's seen that she's seen how well Fallon was living, so she thought, and she wanted in on that. She thought that Simon was an easy target, but she ignored all the red flags, which is the reason why she's going through what she's going through with him now. Fallon tried to say something, she came out and spoke against Simon, but Porsha thought that it was just Fallon being a hater, and she, accused everybody else as being a hater. But in reality, Porsha, she didn't care if Simon was being accused of fraud or being accused of all these identity issues. She didn't care if he was being accused of being a scammer, scheme. She didn't care as long as she was able to reap all the benefits from whatever scam that he was alleged of portraying. That's all she worried about. That she wasn't worried about what he had to go through, if he was going to if he was gonna be okay. She didn't care. When she thought that she had stayed married to him long enough to continue to reap the benefits without being married to him, she hightailed it out of there and filed for divorce, which is the reason why she's going through what she's going through now. And same thing goes for Britt. She's being accused of committing some type of fraud, which led to her business being or her license being under investigation. But instead of her admitting that something else went on before it get leaked, or before it had got leaked out, she started accusing the incident that happened at the incident that happened at Kenya's hair salon. She accused Kenya of messing up or potentially messing up her license, when in fact people are calling her out saying that can't be true, because what happened at Kenya Moore's hair spa, it didn't warrant an investigation. It shouldn't have. It was not just cause for an investigation regarding against her license. Something else had to happen. Now she got everybody digging to find out that her license she already sold her business or stopped dealing with insurance, selling insurance or whatever, stopped working with Allstate a couple of years ago. But she's trying to make it seem like Kenya Moore is putting her license in jeopardy. And that's why I say I believe that Porsha and Britt, they have similar characteristics. They don't care about anybody else, what anybody else has to go through. They don't care what they put on somebody else, as long as they can reap the benefits. Porsha stayed friends with Nene on the show, and then on Real Housewives of Atlanta, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then all of a sudden she didn't want to be bothered with Nene anymore. Nene, like, well, what happened? What did I do? All because they were going to appear together on an episode of the Upshaws. And come to find out, she's mad because Nene didn't cut off Simon and the man that she was dating because she was divorcing him. But yet she's still friends. But yet she took Britt's side over Kenya. But she's saying that she wished that, that her and Kenya can, remain in the good place that they had got to. I don't believe that she really embraced Kenya. I don't really believe that she really wanted a friendship with Kenya. I believe that she was tolerating Kenya for the sake of new people were coming on to the show, and she wanted to have as many of the OGs, because it's not that many of Cynthia is only a friend to the show, and Drew, she flip flops. Drew got her own issues going on, so basically it's just Porsha, and it would have been Porsha and Kenya to go up against all of the newbies, because Porsha, instead of her embracing Shamea and bringing her on her side, she's like put up this little wall even for Shamea, because she didn't want Shamea on the show. So I believe she wanted to be cool with Kenya until she was able to find, to fill out the other ladies. And now that she didn't chose Britt, because like I say, her and Britt have basically the same characteristics, I believe they're like, yeah, they both try to use their looks to get ahead, and they don't mind using anybody to get there. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.